As hyper-technology advanced rapidly, an increasing number of general-purpose human-style operational machines called labors were being used in every aspect of our lives. At the same time, however, this rapid advance created a new form of social threat: labor crimes. The police department established the Special Vehicle Unit 2 within the Civil Disturbance Division in order to cope with such crimes. This is how the patrol labor unit, called Pat Labor, was born.
Okay, Ota buddy, thank you.
Thanks.
See you later. It's been 10 years, and it seems like we said a lot of things that maybe were hard to follow. For example, why did the rapid development of hypertechnology lead to the advancement of general-purpose human-style operational machines? Or what exactly was every aspect of our lives? What does all this mean? Perhaps someone needs to explain it to you. Hello! It's been a long time! This series was created with no relationship to any of the other Pat Labor series or movies. This particular episode is going to be brought to you by me, Shigeo Shiba, Chief Mechanic of the Special Vehicle Unit 2 Maintenance Team, and if I do say so myself, the most knowledgeable to talk about the 98 Model AV, the main piece of equipment of Special Vehicle Unit 2. Sometimes called Shinohara because it's made by Shinohara Heavy Industries, the company owned by Asuma's father, and it was officially approved in 1998. AV doesn't stand for adult video, it means advanced vehicle, which means it is a revised version. What were you thinking about? To put it in the old Army style, it is the Shinohara 98 revision human-style general-purpose machine for the police force. Simply put, it is a labor, which has been specifically designed for police force operations. Before we start talking about the 98 models, I want to touch upon what a labor is. What? You already know that it's a robot. Do you really think a labor is the same as a mobile suit or an armed trooper? That they're all just robots operated by humans? Do you? Yes, you out there, I see you, do you? Ah! So don't waste my time talking about things we already know. They're not the same at all. In fact, they shouldn't be the same. The history of robot animation is also the history of marketing schemes, which tried to sell toys and plastic models one after another. How to develop new toy products and how to differentiate them from the similar ones. The key to creating new robot animation was to be centered on this purpose of creating something new. As a result, every possible story setting, from known imaginary technologies to unknown ones, were incorporated, and also a new variety of robot designs and functions were created. Change 98 AV! Yeah! And combine! All right, now let's take this stuff to the next level! Go! Now give me the ultimate super composite metal! This pursuit was not limited to the development of various forms, but also led to creating various styles. Armor-plated style, heavy armament, nuclear armament, trial style, large quantity, amphibious, long distance, the Third Empire, Imperial Army style, and my own custom Whacker Special. Ow! Every possible concept was incorporated. The designers went insane. The directors fled. The animators became exhausted, and the producer went broke. Yet we still pursued the advancement of robots. And that, my friends, is the reason why this series was started. That's right, it was supposed to be based on a completely different, innovative, and reality-based concept. This series would add a new page to robot animation history. First of all, robots need to be depicted as a system, particularly when the robots are used for special purposes, such as military operations and police enforcement. We need to specify its design concept, as well as consider every technical aspect, including development, testing, production, maintenance, and revision. See if you can follow me on this one. Considering police assignments and activities, an exclusively large robot would interfere and defeat its operational purpose. Thus, a maximum height of about 8 meters would be more appropriate. The robot should be designed, as a rule, to be bipedal. The center of gravity needs to be placed high enough to allow swift movement. Also, the area of ground contact should be minimal. Additionally, since the robots will be used on paved surfaces and need to accelerate during emergencies, they are required to employ the Christie style of maneuvering methods by using wheels. Robots need to be transported by exclusive carriers to lessen the wear and tear on the robot. For output, the robot carries several easy-to-control internal electric motors, which are controlled via computer. An accompanying power charging truck provides the electrical power, but in the case of an emergency, each robot carries a number of internal battery packs. Since the robots are primarily operated inside the cities, the use of nuclear power is absolutely prohibited. Regarding the armor plating, it's not required to be the heavy armor plating with bulletproof functionality. However, to protect the body from the debris of gunshots and explosions, and also from the damage of physical fights among laborers, we employ a lightweight aluminum armor plating, which has already been used in some armored vehicles. Its armament includes the optional semi-automatic weapon with a maximum 20mm caliber attached to the lower arm, having a wider shooting range. Other armaments, including missiles and laser weapons, are obviously excessive and thus not to be included. Fixed wings, rotating wings, booster operational jumping functions, hovering, and all other flying functions are prohibited due to possible damages to the community. These are pretty appropriate specifications, however, aren't they? Well, the issue was the positioning of the characters, which determines the direction of the story. With innovative and reality-based concepts, the new series will add a new page to the history of robot animation. The conflicts between the robot manufacturers and the robot operators, the troop unit, the emotional struggle between the operators and the mechanics, and the various technical issues, including the hardware, the robots, and the software which controls the robots. The main flow of the drama had to be centered on these various issues. What we really should look down on the most is the depiction of the near-brainless operators' activities as heroic, omitting the technical support aspects behind those operations. This is why our unit was cast as a collection of odd-pieced, below-average leftovers. The robot fetish girl. The young guy who can't do anything by himself. The trigger-happy guy. The salaried employee who doesn't have an ounce of courage. The giant who was too big to pilot the labor. And that girl from abroad who was hired to add a feminine touch. Additionally, the unit leader with athlete's foot and the female leader who was cast out because of her stubbornness. But wait! Let's not forget the system engineers, particularly the mechanics, who support the robot's operations. They are actually the main characters, the hidden key players, if you will. Think about it. The labor is the soul, ultimately made up of minute components and electrical devices, with a total of 6 labors being operated by labor troops and platoons. With the exclusion of the spare labors, how many mechanics do you think are necessary to bring the minimum of 4 labors to operational conditions? We, the maintenance team, led by the king of mechanics, Seitaro Sekaki, are the real stars of the show. Hail the maintenance team! Hail the mechanic spirit! There is no drama involving the mighty mechanics and the other characters. Rather, the drama is created by the experimental troupe who creates the robots. They are the crystallization of the latest in technology. When reality is faced by naive youngsters who believe in the dream of building up the future of the police and becoming the aces for peace and order in the capital, a dilemma arises. We're going to depict ordinary life, but life filled with extraordinary situations. Some comic, some tragic, and we'll be adding the logical inevitability of labors. We'll show you materialism, the worldview, and illogical and irrational aspects, and if we're successful, we'll make you feel 1,000 emotions. Hail AV Model 98! Hail Pet Labor! Oh, that's right! to talk about the software! Regarding viewing the robots as computers and trying to write about the drama of software and hardware, the name 98 originates from a high-tech software product produced by a certain well-known manufacturer. Time progresses, people change, but 98 is still 98! The moment has come to install Windows 98 on all our PCs. However, without operating systems, PCs and labors are nothing more than boxes. Let me install a standard OS to a labor. Mr. OS, come over here! Howdy.